Welcome to Don't Drink and Review. Our first beer today is the Heretic Chocolate Hazelnut Porter. This is a rich, full-flavored porter, bursting with luscious cocoa and hazelnut with notes of coffee and caramel. Chocolate Hazelnut Porter is a dessert in a glass. So these were brewed in Fairfield, California. I don't know if you heard it, but it's Heretic. That's the people that do it. 7% alcohol, and their website is hereticbrewing.com. So go and check it out. Find out where you can find them. I'm going to open mine now. What'd you think? Was it pretty good?
This tastes pretty good, honestly.
Dude, this is usually, I do not like thick beers.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. This is way outside of my comfort zone, but I'm excited to try.
I'm not usually a fan of thick beers either. I like pretty light stuff, amber ales, pale ales, nothing really dark. Though.
Yeah, like IPA and then below. I'm okay with that.
Dude, IPAs I can't do.
Well, that's a whole different thing, dude. That's just that's what I usually get, dude. And I make everybody suffer through it. I'm like, this is so good. Everybody's like, yeah, sure. But this one's pretty good, dude. I really like it. It's it is pretty desserty, but it's not as sweet as I thought it was gonna be. We had this sherbet one the other day, and it was so sweet. But I could drink this as a beer, not just it is a dessert in a can, but it's not too sweet.
Yeah,
I could totally drink this.
It tastes like coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I would drink this instead of coffee.
Tyler, good? Was it tasty? Did you try it? Oh, yeah, our producer is going to try it.
Mm-hmm. Get it cracking.
Oh, yeah. Just slamming the beer. Hell yeah. I think he's going to drink the whole thing.
Dude.
Wow. That's a tall can, too. You're a goddamn champion.
Jesus, dude. Damn.
Yeah. That was Tyler, our producer. He is a champion. He's got a boot. What is that saying when they're you have a empty boot and a hole in your foot? I don't know. Something about somehow you put boot in your alcohol in your boot. That was impressive, dude. By the way,
if I did that
I don't
right
think
now,
he tasted it.
I would barf all over this table.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, dude. I agree.
I didn't eat today, so I'm like...
Yeah, this is going to do it, dude. You might be a little bit tipsy after this. That's good. Cool. So, yeah, that's the fucking Heretic Brew. So keep enjoying it. Welcome to Don't Drink and Review. I'm Tanner Prittis, your host. Today, I'm here with Bryce the Renoite, the rapper, lyricist, amazingly talented artist. How you doing today, dude?
I'm doing pretty good, dude. How are you?
I'm fucking fantastic. I'm feeling good. I'm always so happy to come and drink,
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Fuck yeah, dude. Thanks for coming, man. So you're a rapper, you're a lyricist, you're an artist. I recently learned today that you played guitar. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. I haven't gotten to in a minute because my guitar is back home in Reno. But I play a Fender Stratocaster and things. My baby, dude.
I know you guys were talking all this nerd stuff, and I was like, oh, that sounds so cool if I knew what you were talking about.
He's got this nice Les Paul back here, and it was just a focal object when I first came in.
So when did you first get into music?
Music, I would say probably about 6 years old. You mean serious or just coming
just
into
music
contact?
in general,
Yeah, my grandma always had a piano in her house, so I would just go into her room where she had it, and I'll just sit there for hours and just play. She got me little books to teach me what the notes were and everything. I still don't know them, but I just played by sound.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Did she play the piano or anything?
She never really played a whole lot of tunes for me. She played a couple that I could still play because they're just easy. One was off of a commercial. I don't know what the commercial.
Did you do that one? It's dun 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 dun. I could do that on the piano, dude. That's about as musically inclined as I am.
If you give me 15 minutes, I might be able to get it.
Dude, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Well, you guys listen to you guys talk about music and stuff. I'm like, you guys are musical nerds. So you got into music really early. When did you start kind of going into writing and rapping and stuff like that?
I would say rapping didn't come until later. I started off making music because when I was a kid, I think that's like the main thing that was like always around me was music. My dad always had like a really vast music library, and my grandma really loved music. She loves Elvis.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Like,
hell yeah.
So she has like a whole room dedicated to Elvis, and that's where the piano's at. So there would just always be music playing. My dad showed me a lot of different stuff, and I always wanted a band growing up.
Right.
I never wanted to make hip-hop music until I learned
Really?
about it. Like, I wanted to make rock music and shit because I was listening to like golden age rock and like 80s rock, stuff like that. Oh, you're good. It didn't really stem into hip-hop until my dad started showing me like Grandmaster Flash and like Curtis Blow and like
Hell yeah.
You know, Beat Street Breakdown. Like I started like getting into it, and then he gave me that Slim Shady disc though, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
that
from
was the
that,
one you're like, I could be one too.
Because I mean, I played guitar growing up and stuff. Like I wasn't good, but like I would try to make songs on the guitar. I tried to write around like ages 6. I decided I wanted to write songs. My grandma still got this piece of paper up in her Elvis room above the piano, which is my handwriting from when I was 6 years old. And it says something along the lines of like, I just want to make a song for everybody. Like, because my uncle committed suicide when I was like 5 years old. So I decided like really young that I wanted to make sure that other people didn't choose that route of like dealing with things. Because there's a lot of people that feel that. Like, there's a lot of emptiness in the world, and I wanted to fill that. I think it went from poetry though. I would write poems, and then eventually that turned into raps once he introduced me to rap music, and I was like, oh, I don't even need a band. I could do this shit like by myself.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. That's so rad. Are you finished with that beer?
Yes.
Let's do this next one, dude.
I'm very finished.
I'm ready. I know. Let's get this next one going. Boom, sucker. Okay, so this next booze is another different beer. I try to go with like a little bit different of choice these times. I've been trying to get a little bit more, trying to be more diverse in my beer choices. That's what I was going for. Okay, so this is a La Cumbre, a slice of Hefen, like Hefenweizen, a slice of Hefen. This is a Bavarian classic with rich, creamy body with notes of clove, banana, and vanilla. It is brewed in Albuquerque, New Mexico with a 5.4 alcohol content. You can find them on lacumbrebrewing.com. Fuck yeah, let's fucking try these.
Damn, dude, I just came out here from New Mexico.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what you were saying. Oh yeah, sorry, dude. Fucking awkward.
I appreciate the gesture.
Tyler, do you want one of these delicious? Are you going to pound this one too? I swear to God, if he does, I'm going to be so impressed.
Dude,
Ashley
if you don't, nobody's pressuring you into doing so. You're good, dude.
I mean, I am. I know. I'm pressuring you, dude. Yes. We have a beast of a production staff, whatever, creator, whatever he is, he's the best.
This man has organs made of steel.
I know. God, yeah. Look at that, dude. Good Lord,
that's
bro.
not a
You're going to
bad
be
taste.
straight hammered. Let me try it. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
You made me want to drink.
Hell yeah. Well, I got 2 more right here if you want to slam those. Go. Woo.
If I'm being honest, I like the last one better for sure. But
Yeah. What the fuck? I can taste the yeast in this one. I can literally taste the yeast. Like, yeast has a very specific taste. Maybe swirl it around a little bit. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Ugh.
Swirl it? What is swirling to do?
I maybe the yeast is like collecting at the top or something. Because like when you cook with yeast like floats on the water. So, but they use yeast. It's a Hefen's, I think. I read it today actually. I'm gonna drop some barely accurate knowledge here. So they use a yeast called Hefen's in Hefenweizen, and I think that's why it gets its name, because it's a specific kind of yeast, which is a fungus. And so I think that's why it tastes like that. But it fucking not my favorite. Sorry, a slice of Hefen.
I'm sorry, dude.
It's pretty yeasty.
I think I'd rather have a Corona or a Modelo over this, honestly, right now. But it's okay. I'm still gonna drink it.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna finish him because
You cannot just not finish a beer on Don't Drink and Review.
Yeah, damn straight. Dude, did you ever have like a health class where they like talked about like testicular torsion or something, like some kind of ball trauma? Like testicular torsion is when your fucking balls twist. And every time we talked about it, my balls would hurt the rest of the day just thinking about it. Like phantom pains, dude.
We didn't really talk about that. We talked about some weird shit in health class, though. Like
abstinence and the Lord.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
It talks about the best way to not catch an STD or get somebody pregnant is not having sex.
It's like, oh, that's such a great lesson, because then now we're just going to do it without any kind of instruction. Fucking stupid, dude.
But
so stupid.
All we talked about in there was like, we talked about a lot of crazy shit in health. I think health was one of the most crazy classes because, I don't think it was a long enough class, though. Because I feel like there's so much more to learn there. Like, we learned about a short portion of what dreams mean, like how to decipher dreams.
That's like, pretty woo-woo for school.
Dude, that was the coolest thing I think I learned in health class. The rest of it was like reading A Child Called It, like learning about
health. This is
abuse,
health? Dude, what kind of health class did you have? My health was like, well, this is how you... this is a penis.
Yeah, well, we did that too. Like, they're like hey, so...
What are you saying, Tyler?
Were you taught by a wizard?
I know, right?
This is how you decipher dreams.
Yeah, right?
Dude, for real. Like,
the magic ball.
it seemed like one of those like fun things they just like threw in there, like just because they got bored of just teaching people about infected penises and vaginas,
right. Right. They're like, instead of talking about genital herpes or genital warts, those were the worst pictures, dude. Woo! When did music start in that time frame?
I had no friends there because I was there brand new, like off of variants. I didn't live over here. I didn't know anybody over here. I had like one friend that I knew from before that went to the school. But even we didn't hang out. I'd be sitting alone at lunch instead of hanging out with all these cliques that they had all around. Because there was all these cliques, like, oh, here's the kids who play sports, and here's a hella preppy girls, and like,
the fucking band nerds.
Just hella clicked up and shit. So I was just like, this is weird. So I didn't know anybody, and I didn't really belong to a clique. I didn't feel like I belonged. So I would just sit down at lunch with headphones in, listening to Eminem all fucking lunch period.
You're just getting all rowdy.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting there
grumpy
listening
inside.
to shit, and I'd just be writing raps.
Hell yeah.
Like,
dude, and you know what's interesting too? It's like, I think those hard times, it's like either they can be really beneficial or they can be really destructive. But it's like sometimes you need that, like, fucking sitting alone for a whole year at lunch to, really kind of push you towards something that's better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think after that, I decided that I wanted to take it more serious once. I ended up changing schools again, going to like Cold Springs Middle School. So I went to 3 different middle schools. And then after that, I kind of stayed in the areas I was zoned for at my dad's house. But from there, I tried out for the talent show in 7th grade.
Nice.
I didn't make it.
What? They didn't what? You didn't
No,
make it?
no,
What kind
dude,
of a
trust me.
fucking talent show? They're like, no, you're not talented enough
No, dude, like
for
real,
a junior
like,
high fucking theater, you bitch.
I was just getting into rapping, so it was not good enough. Like, I was ass. I still consider myself ass, but like
Bullshit.
at this time, I was definitely ass because I was just getting started.
No,
into
for
it.
sure. Yeah, you
That's
were
the
ass.
message, that's the message to these kids trying to get into anything. Like, you're gonna be ass at first. Don't worry about it. Just keep doing it because you'll get better at it. But
watch the first couple episodes of this podcast up until like this episode, up until anything before this one. Just kidding.
like, and it made me realize being by myself and working on something how much it meant to me because I had no friends at this school and shit. All I had was music, so I just listened to music, and I feel like that really showed me what music was worth to me. Like, that shit kept me going because my parents were so caught up in their problems. I didn't know how to talk to them about anything. I'm a kid,
Right.
So I feel like music was always there to like kind of decipher the world and be like, the one to like feel those same emotions that I was going through. So I'd relate to some music.
Thank God you found something too, dude, because that's heavy, dude. Like, having to deal with that kind of like your parents are splitting up. You don't really have like the security isn't there. You don't have like this Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You don't have shelter. You don't have therapy or love or whatever. And so it's like, thank God, dude, that you had music to kind of get you through that.
I would say like my parents loved me. My mom
Well,
I
they
feel like
obviously
loves me the most, like more than anybody in my whole life
Right.
has ever loved me, and I always love my mom.
Shout outs to moms.
Like,
Nah.
you know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, shout out to moms all over. Like, and especially if you're doing this shit as a single mom. Like, I applaud you. You're amazing. Stay strong. You know, get it. You know, like, we admire you. But yeah, dude, it's exactly that. Like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Just when you're like me, I felt like I like.
Yeah, dude,
I was by myself so much as a
totally.
kid. I mean, that's where reading the Bible really came into play too. I'd just be in my room reading the Bible or listening to music and all this shit. And like, my dad's a cop, and so after he gave me like that Slim Shady LP, I remember he came back and was like,
"Wow,
your
dad gave you the Slim Shady LP."
And then he was
dude,
like,
what?
"Oh, like him and my stepmom had talked about it, like, oh, because you know they were like hella Christian. They were like, and my dad wasn't all that Christian. He got more
right.
into
He did it because of
you know
the relationship
he got
or whatever.
more into it once he was with her or whatever. Like, but
It's
I'm
how
not
it
saying that
be.
to this. It's just what happened.
I am. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
But I got it taken away, so I got given this access to this different world of music, and then it got taken away. So I think from then I started to feel this like rebellion, kind of like why can't I listen to this? Like, why?
Right.
I started to question shit, like why?
Yeah.
And I think from there, that's where all this shit stems. The purpose of my music now is, I feel there's not one answer for the purpose of what you're doing. I feel like a big purpose though is to ask questions so that I can understand what's going on around me. I mean, relating back to what we were talking about earlier, because I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. I was like, yo, man, like why is this way? You know, why do we believe this? Why is our government the way it is?
Right.
Like,
And then like writing out and like putting actual concise thought into it, that's like really gives you this deeper understanding of
my parents
how you
were
perceive
so
it.
caught up with their problems. I was like, oh, dude, like all this shit that I felt, I didn't know where to take it. Like they wanted me to talk. My mom wanted me to talk to like therapists and shit like that. But every time I talked to a therapist, it sounded like they were listening to what my mom had to say versus what I had to say.
100%. When you're going to a therapist as a child, I had to go do that shit like after my parents got divorced.
It's rigged.
I
It's
hated
fucking
it.
rigged.
They were like, your father's a piece of shit and nobody loves him and you should hate him too. And I was like, what? This is my first session with my. Why are you trying to make me hate one of my parents for breaking up with my mom? Like, fuck you.
I just felt like I wasn't heard, so I took to things and platforms which made me feel heard, even if the response was negative. You know what I'm saying? Because when I first started this shit out, I was getting a lot of negative responses. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm talking about, I posted a video up on YouTube rapping when I was like 14 years old. 13 or 14 years old. 100% dislikes. Not one like. 100% dislikes, dude. And I was just like, I was crushed. I was like, wow. Fuck all of y'all.
Bad, dude. Oh my god. Dude, I don't know if I'd be able to make it through that.
Dude,
I would be like, cool.
I mean,
This
I'm listening
for me.
I'm listening to like Eminem and Dr. Dre and shit, you know what I'm saying? And their message is like, just like fucking deal with shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be a bitch. So I was just like, man, fuck it. I'll just get better at this shit. I just kept going. And then, I mean, now it's at the level it's at now, but I made a lot of whack shit in the past, like, up until this point. And I still feel like shit's...
Like you said, dude. And I think that's a healthy perspective to have, but like you said, you kind of have to really suck at something before you're really good at something.
Exactly, because you have to understand why you suck at something.
Right. You don't even understand why you suck yet, and then you find out, and then you're like, oh, man, I really suck. Because you actually know what you're like, you kind of actually understand what you're trying to do, and you're like, God damn. But then that's when the road actually starts. You're like, oh, cool, I made it. But, dude, I really wanted to talk about MF Doom. Fucking shout out to Daniel Dumile. Yeah, I thought this would be a great episode to talk about this because you're into rap. I'm into rap, and dude, this has been one of my favorite artists. I remember I didn't know who he was for the longest time, and like in high school is when I really got into rap, and I was watching this YouTube video about this guy that like was breaking down like who the best lyrical rapper is, you know, and they're like Eminem was on there and stuff, and then he broke down MF Doom's lyrics, and like the way that he like structures his music, the way his rhymes are structured, it's all so unique. And like I love how like so many different like words and metaphors. It's like you can't like I'll still listen to a song today and be like, oh, that's what he fucking meant. Oh, okay, I get it now.
Always finding something new in it because there's just so much
Dude,
there.
it's
Like
so
it's
depthless.
It's packed full of information. Like so
Every single line, dude, like
Yeah.
every couple words is just like, oh, that was a metaphor. Oh, that was some kind of like play on words. Like, dude, one of the greatest for sure.
Yes, definitely. Like I feel like I still look up to MF Doom a lot, even in the aspect of like producing what type of beats I like to spit on. Because I mean, I didn't come across MF Doom until I was probably like 19. I didn't even hear of MF Doom before. I mean, my childhood, I had to buy whatever albums that I wanted to listen to for a
Dude,
long
my
time.
my first album was
So,
Busta Rhymes.
I mean, when you come from this like really controlled, like not being able to listen to anything explicit, you're not allowed to, okay, well, I gotta buy what I can of this shit because I
Right.
want this shit. Like,
Right.
I never heard of MF Doom because he wasn't in the mainstream and shit. But
Mm-mm.
I think that's why he's so fucking amazing, is because he penetrated this whole niche of people that's not in the mainstream, and it's just so informational, and his perspective is so fucking insane. He's so knowledgeable, and he's just a master at what he does.
Totally.
The production is top notch. I mean, I wish I could make beats like that. Fucking the samples, top
Dude,
notch.
I love all the collaboration he does too. He works
Yes.
with so many different artists, and then you put me on to like the new shit he was doing with like Czarface and those dudes.
Oh yeah,
and it's like
West Side Gun and shit.
Yeah. So it's like he some of his best, like some of my favorite songs are like the ones that he's collaborated with all these different artists, and he has all these different names like Mad Villain and fucking Danger Doom, like all these different projects, and I love it because it's like I still find songs that I've never heard before, and I'm like, holy shit, like I had no fucking idea that he had like this whole nother album with this whole nother artist, and it's like, it's amazing, dude, the amount of work he put out.
Yeah, and I don't know if shit word for word or anything like that, you know what I'm
No.
saying? But like, I definitely appreciate what I do hear of his. Like, I think my favorite project by him was Operation Doomsday. That shit was just so fucking smooth. And like, I think the craziest track on there, I mean, there's a lot of songs I like on there. I like Rhymes Like Dimes a lot. But
that's a great one.
TikTok.
Oh, you were telling me about that
TikTok
one.
is fucking insane because he's sitting there bending the tempo and the time of the song to slow up and speed up throughout the whole song.
Slow it up,
That
speed
shit-
it up, slow it
I
up.
was listening to that shit on an acid trip and I just lost my mind. I was like, bro, this is fucking gnarly.
Well, you know what's
dude.
crazy, dude, is I never realized, like, before you told me about that song, I never realized the significance of, like, what he was actually doing with that song. And once you told me, I, like, kept listening to it, and I'm like, holy shit, like, this is incredible. Like, I didn't, like, before I just didn't understand how actually, like, complex this song was.
Dude,
You know what
and
I
he's
mean?
sitting here writing rhymes on beat to a beat that is changing tempo. So it's
Yeah.
just like the amount of focus that takes. I mean, I got ADHD. That shit's hard to focus like
Yeah.
that. Like, this shit is like extreme focus. Interstellar is an amazing movie, and if
Straight
you have
up.
not seen it, you need to go watch it because
Straight the fuck up.
it is like, it's so near future, a probability or possibility. Like, it's something that could be going on right now for all we know. Like,
Yeah.
because I mean, who knows what the government's funding behind closed
Dude, aliens are
doors, you know?
straight
Like,
up real, bro.
Dude,
aliens are straight up real.
we are
God,
aliens, dude.
I know. Well, ooh, I like that perspective. We're like crossbreeded
Well,
with
I mean,
aliens. What do
because
you
like, I
mean?
mean, really, like, I mean, if anything outside of what we know, I mean, they label like Mexican people aliens. You know what I'm saying? Because it's foreign. So anything foreign to us is an alien. We got to be foreign
Dude,
to something
whiteys-
else that's out there. So we're
whiteys-
aliens.
Dude, white people only come from this tiny, small geographic area in like northern Asian continent. So it's like, and we've literally spread through the entire world. And yeah, we're fucking aliens, dude. So yeah, let's end this fucking podcast, dude. Thank you so much for coming on. This has been so much fun, dude. I hope you had a good time. This was fucking great. You can find look up Bryce the Renoite on any music streaming platforms, Spotify, fucking YouTube, what is
Apple Music,
Apple Music, fucking SoundCloud. Listen to Day of Dallas. That's my fucking favorite song. It's so goddamn good, dude.
I'm on Instagram, Facebook.
You have a LinkedIn. I looked that up, dude.
I don't really use my LinkedIn.
I know, but I looked you up today, and I was like, yeah, homeboy's got a LinkedIn. Fuck yeah.
I didn't even know that was like that findable, but like.
Yeah, just look up Bryce the Renoite. Go give him a follow. Fucking, like some of his shit and go listen to his music because you're missing out. And then for me, fucking go follow Don't Drink and Review on Instagram. Don't Drink N as in Nancy Review, as well as on Reddit. And then fucking check out the new podcast. We have a new podcast on this channel. It's about mushrooms and shit. So go check that shit out, and go check out my website, gnomegrown.biz. Let's see, did I get everything?
Definitely. Oh, also, make sure that you stay tuned because I'm going to be dropping an EP with my buddy Caveman. My producer Caveman, you be making the fucking heat, bro.
Hell yeah, go Caveman, dude.
We got a bunch of shit in the works right now, so keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. I'm gonna be dropping it on those platforms.
Go follow him so don't fucking miss out, because then you're gonna miss it, and then you're gonna be like, I suck.
Thank you for all the support, and thanks to my family and everything too. And thanks for this guy. Like, thanks for having me on, dog. I appreciate it.
Hey, dude, thanks for coming, dude. It's been a fucking long time coming. It's been like 2 months that we've been planning this shit.
Got COVID, was supposed to come on, didn't come on. Now we're here. And
I know, dude. And I was like, dude, I'm probably gonna get sick because I went to Utah, and I was like, God, I'm gonna get sick, and we're gonna have to cancel it again. But anyway, dude, thank you so much again for coming on, and thank you for joining us on Don't Drink and Review. And fucking till next time, peace out. Boom.